Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Moneyball. So we changed the tactic towards the back end of the last episode. We've now tweaked it and had a couple of wins off of camera, which is good. We're going to play PSG away today. And we're all pretty sure how that's going to go. We're going to play against Dijon in the league, and we're going to cap off with, I think, we'll play against maybe Monaco. See how it finishes off there. Maybe even Rennes, or might do 4 matches. I'm not entirely sure, actually. It's going to basically be the last look at the team this season, playing this new tactic and seeing how it's going to look going into next season, really. That's what we're going to do today. And the next episode will be end of season review and all that kind of stuff, right? Look at some player stats again. And we'll do some comparisons to PSG's players. Again, we'll do that direct player-to-player comparison stuff yet again and see how that goes. So, this game against PSG, we've got pretty much everybody fit except for Dimitrovic on the right-hand side. Now, the last 2 matches we've actually won playing the sort of 4-2-3-1 deep, the way that has been successful for other teams in our division. And yeah, we did okay against Lyon. Pretty good, actually, I guess, in terms of we got a lot of chances, good XG away from home. We didn't control the game because they got chances as well. But that didn't matter because we were better than them, basically. And we absolutely destroyed Bordeaux. Like, it wasn't even close. So, 2 good games going into this one. It's not really enough for a good run of form to go into the game against PSG. But Ray's looking really good on his creativity. Hasn't scored that many. Been a little bit disappointed. It's not been just him, really. It's been the whole team, hasn't it? Piscicelli is just world class, basically. There's no really scores in his contract. There isn't going to be one because he is absolutely amazing. And we're looking pretty good. Miguel Crespo can still stay out of the team because that's where he belongs. And yeah, that's pretty much it from the last episode. Not too many games have gone, have they, since the last one going into this one. I don't like having the left foot on the right in Johansson, but we're going to go with that because that's what suits the team the best at the moment. I'm going to get into the next game. I guess we're going to play Conti as the 10. I guess did he play well the last match? I'll just double check in. He had a 6.9 and Conti had a 6.8. So he hasn't actually played that well, has he? Could I maybe take him out here? Yeah, actually, I just realised Adele's back. That's definitely happening. So that's one change there. I think everybody else is pretty much going to stay as they are. The right back is a bit of a problem, isn't it? That position is a huge issue for us. I mean, looking at the 2 right backs here, let's get the main view out a second here. Just put the 2 right backs next to each other. Looking at tackle 1 ratio goes to Wildesgaard. Header 1 ratio definitely goes to Wildy. Or Wild. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce his name. Jules Belanti does go to Wild as well. Cross completion goes to Wildesgaard. This is pretty difficult. I think that Wildy just like pips it. It's really close though. So I guess we'll go with that. But it's really close between those 2 players. So your team for the Paris Derby is going to be Georgie in goal, Gutierrez, Badiashile, Gila, and Wildy across the back. Rikici, Johansson pivots, Adele's the 10, Bayer and Ray wide with Piscicelli up front. And let's see how the boys get on against PSG. It's a bit different to the last time we played them because there's no expectations going into this game, is there? Right? There's no expectation. At first when we played them, there was, and I still think we should have beaten them. And yeah, really annoyed at how the team played in that game. And this game, I fully expect us to lose. I mean, if we lose and get absolutely battered, that's no different to what's happened before. There can only really be a positive from this outcome in this game, I think, unless it's a disgrace, like it's like 10, which it better not be. I think double figures ends the save, right? I think that's what would happen here. Assistant manager says, pick up where he left off, okay. And we are underway. We match up exactly the same to them. We have got an inverted winger one side and inside forward the other. They've got my more creative player, Ray. I mean, I don't know if it's because he's just positioned on the left, but he seems to be more of a creator type wide player, and Bayer seems to be the goal scorer, so that's how we've sort of gone with the roles on the sides and trying to match up the wing backs to suit that. So, right, Musiala's got the ball. He's got not a lot of space, so someone get the ball through to Reina, and he just misses the target, but it was pretty close. Highlight hit. Georgie with a goal kick place at Gila. He's got right CDM available. Johansson. I don't like having the pivots inverted against them in particular because they're actually going to press us really high. And other sides may not have the same capability to do that, but this team does. Georgie, that is a calamitous pass back. So it's because they're right. He just passes it back to Gila. Keeps bouncing it. Play it forward, Johansson. Fuck me. Oh, okay. I said I wasn't going to get annoyed, but I tell you what, Johansson, just get out of the way. Just get out of the way. Stay over there. We'll play Olcan is the more aggressive one because he just keeps bouncing it because they're inverted, right? So he needs to just get out of the way. I mean, it's unlikely Adele's going to play the full 90 because he's just come back from injury. This is the first game back. So Johansson could go as 10. I could bring somebody else on. Not Crespo because he's not on the bench. And I wouldn't do that anyway, to be honest. We'll say D into the lads. And I've got Doué, actually. I don't mind Doué. He's not too bad. I think Adele, we'll try and give Adele 55. Because if he gets a one-on-one, he can score. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's the only one that can really score. But Ray's having a shocker. Let's take Ray off. Let's get Adele out to the left-hand side. Let's get Johansson down the middle. And let's put on... I don't know if Conte's a good shout there. I'm going to put Doué in there. I've got a feeling that he's going to do the business for us in that position. Position on 6.2. Instant highlight for PSG. And they nearly score instantly from the change. Got a lot of players on low match ratings here. Bayer is playing terribly, and so is Waldy. So Waldy, you can come off. Let's put on Wilsgard at right back. And let's just do that for now. 70 minutes gone. There's a highlight triggered up before I was about to make another change. Goes back to Gila. Gila to Doué. Gets it back to Gila. He tries to play it into Bayer. Actually gets to him as well. He's got options to the middle. The far post is overloaded with players. Get it in the box, Bayer. There's players there. Keeper flapped it. Adele. Oh, and it's blocked. That was a chance to get a winner, potentially. Right, you're going to have to come off, though. You're not playing very well. Let's get... I'm not sure. Can Conte play on the left at all? Not really. We have to do that, aren't we? Try and keep players in natural position as much as possible there. We'll do that, and that's our last change, I guess. We're going to have to go with that. Adele's had a good effort to be able to play for 70 minutes, to be fair. As it goes up to Johansson, takes a touch on the inside to Wilsgard. Oh, the keeper saved it. It was pretty close. I guess we've got to at least start to play it like a... I mean, we are in the top 4 race. We do need to sort of play for the result here. So we'll just go time wasting up and counter-attack comes off. That is what I would normally do, I guess, in this scenario. And they will finish as 0-0. So the first game we play against PSG in our 4-2-3-1 deep, we get another draw. So that's the second or third time we've dropped... second or third time we've got a draw against them. But we've still not beaten them, I don't think, once. So, yeah, so drawing against PSG, that's actually a pretty good performance in terms of, like, it was solid defensive. It was 2-4-2-3-1 deeps against each other, playing, I'm guessing, in a similar way. I don't know what their team instructions are specifically, of course. We can't see that. But it felt like that was quite similar. And, yeah, we'll take that. Improvements. I'm happy with that. If, you know, it's likely going to be, even if we get a better team next year, we could still lose that game away from home, right? We could lose away to PSG. But the fact that was actually a much better performance and it wasn't a disgrace, that's good. That's fine. We can take that. PSG, twice in a row, though, you've been terrible against them. It doesn't say that he doesn't like big matches or anything. My only concern is inverted winger support is quite a passive role in terms of, like, goal scoring and being a threat. So if he's in here and through-balling it to all these lads, we really need a bit of this from Gutierrez, you know what I mean? We really need a bit of aggressiveness from left back. So that's something to watch out from the tactic perspective. But in any case, let's go on to the next game and let's see if we can follow up a good performance and a good result with a second one, which, I don't know. That was one positive, wasn't it, against PSG? Okay, slight change of plans. I skipped past the next game, which was against Dijon, because they're rock bottom of the league, and I expected us to win. I didn't think we'd learn too much from it, so I skipped that. We're going to do Le Havre, we're going to do Monaco. So Le Havre, a 10th, so it could be a slightly difficult game away from home against a mid-table side. Then Monaco, one of the sides in the top 4 race, with us as well. So the top 4 race is very, very close. We've got a real possibility of not being in the Champions League next season. Luckily, 4 teams will go into the Champions League as things currently stand, so there we are. Right, your team is going to be this time. We're going to go with Conte as a pivot, and Adele's going to go back in as the attacking midfielder here. I'm going to drop Johansson, who I don't think really suits this 4-2-3-1 as well as he does in a 4-3-3. I think he's better being like one of the 2 advanced central midfielders in a 4-3-3, but isn't quite a 10 on his own, and isn't quite like a pivot for us in our system, I don't think. So he's the one that's going to drop out, I think. I'm not sure Conte is either, but we're going to go with that anyway. Let's go with that and see how we get on. Assistant manager says, pick up what you left off, in the pink kit. The only team we seem to lose in that kit too is PSG. Apart from that, we seem to still win the majority of the games, especially off camera as well. The pink kit still does do very well in matches. It must just be the kind of teams that we play in the pink kit. We just happen to always beat. Free kick here. It's going to be a free kick for Paris FC. Adele with a free kick from quite far out. He might score this though. It's a good angle for him. Hits the bar, comes out, and that's going to be cleared away. Okay, goal kick. Georgie plays out to Gila. Gila's going to play it to the right back just about there. Good. Wadi plays it into Bayer. Bayer's got options ahead of him. Plays it to Conte, into Rikichi, into Ray. Ray's got options on the left. Gutierrez on the left-hand side. Goes wide, plays it across. Goal to Bayer, far post. And that's his goal for Paris FC. It's 1-0. And yeah, we're looking consistent as well, how I describe this. We're looking consistent. Free kick for Le Havre, headed towards goal. And it's going to be a goal from a set piece. That's the second time that's happened to us now, actually. It happened to us against PSG as well. It's those free kicks right there. They go in a flat line. And they score yet again from that. That's not good. Okay, Bayer gets him on the right-hand side. Picks up quite late in the highlight, actually. He goes back to Rikichi. Into Adele. Adele's got options, plays at Gutierrez. Just about gets there. He's going to get a chance to cross it now. Does. And Adele goes through, and he probably should have scored. How has he missed that? Okay, I'll say we can win this. We've got like a 1.6 XG. We're creating a lot of chances. 13 shots, only 4 on target. Getting shots on target is the current problem for us. Not necessarily creating the chances, actually getting them on target. Ray's on a poor match rating again, so is Pizzicelli. I do feel like I could do more with Ray in his positioning, but I'm not quite sure what to change. I mean, inside... Oh, I thought it was going in. It hit the bar. I didn't get the bar there. I could make him inside forward as well. I just feel like it was working better with him as a inverse winger, but we can change him back to this. Maybe like a winger on that side. Because if they're right-footed, he's still going to drive inside, but he'll hold the width first, then go inside. And he's got the space to do so. Whereas this Bayer's sort of going in early, he's going into this sort of slot here. We could try that. I'm going to take Bayer off and put on Dimitrovic on the right. I'm going to take Adele off and throw on Madueke. I'm going to take off... I think the right back will switch those two as well. Yeah, we'll do that. Triple change. Throw in here to Le Havre. They throw it down the line. Conti gets to it. Plays it into Madueke. Now Dimitrovic into Johansson. Got Simon Space ahead of him. Dribbles past the player. Releases to Madueke to Pizzicelli. To Johansson. Gutierrez. Pizzicelli. Madueke. What a move that was. And it was offside. Corner for Paris FC. Can we get a winner? We need to get one really ideally here. Come on. Johansson with the corner. Whips it in. Vadishile goes up. Heads it towards goal. Keeper saves it. And it's in. Come on. We need that goal. 2-1. Oh no. Corner for Le Havre late on. Headed towards goal. Get away. Can we get out and stop the rain shot, lads? What are we doing? No, don't you dare give that. Never in a million years. I don't think this is going to be given, but it might be. Yeah, I didn't think it so. It didn't look like it at all. Last second highlight here. Not sure what it's going to be. It might be a chance for somebody. Goes far post. Cesar with header. Heads over. That should be the game. It's going to be 2-1 win for Paris FC. That's going to be 5 games unbeaten now. Had a good little run here, including playing PSG away, of course. So, good from us, I think, in this little period here. We'll finish this off now with the home game against Monaco, who are in the top 4 and are actually second in the league as well. So, I'll see you in a few days for the Monaco game. Okay, so for this game, Gutierrez is suspended, Contesau is injured, and Bayer is also suspended. So, Ray's going to go over to the right-hand side. I've actually changed the left-sided role to having these 3 PIs attached to it now to try and get this role involved a little more without having to change it if we can. And, but yeah, that's going to do it for now. Dimitrovic is going to play right back for us. He's been playing there this season, just trying to get our best players into the team right now, to be honest. And right back's a definite weakness, so there you are. Assistant manager says, be on a good run. Got that impressed me, okay. And we are underway yet again, playing against another 4-2-3-1 deep. Halle for Monaco, they play it short from the back. They try to break through the defensive line. They do get past, actually. They're going to cross it into the box. Conti clears it. It doesn't quite get there, and it's a bit weak in the tackle from our players there. They're going to get through. Well, they should have scored, really. That should be 1-0 to Monaco. Corner. Adele whips it in. Near post. Vadishile heads it towards goal. It's cleared out and it's headed back in, or put back in, and it's 1-0 to Paris FC. Throw into Monaco. They throw the ball into the box. It's sort of half cleared. Chevalier's going to have this, or it's been pinged straight to their defence. They're going to build the attack. They're going to get a chance. Pedro Porro is a really good player. Plays it across goal. Vadishile, what on earth are you doing? And it's 1-1. Ray gets it, plays it back to Dimitrovic on the right-hand side, plays it back into Ray. Ray gets to it first. Goes wide, plays it into the box. Madueke heads it, and the keeper saves. What a save that was. Should have been a goal, really, and it stays 1-1. Monaco with the free kick. They are the second best team in the league this year at the moment. They seem to be by far playing the best football. I think they beat PSG recently as well. They're a pretty good side, but not making excuses. We should be winning this game at home. We should be beating anybody that isn't. Even PSG, I would expect us to now. I would hope that we can beat them anyway. We shouldn't really be expecting to drop points to anybody at home anymore. Madueke goes inside, plays it to Ray. Ray's got an overlap if he needs it. Dimitrovic, or like a 1-2 maybe. There goes himself. Crosses it. What a ball that is. Pizzicelli scores. I think he's onside. I think that's going to be 2-1. What a ball from the young right back. Well, he's a winger really, but he's right back for us today. 2-1. What a ball. What a goal. I want to see this again. Nice little overlap you get there from Dimitrovic. Ray isn't too wide that he stops that from happening. And Pizzicelli runs on the back of the defenders. What a goal. 2-1. So I had to redo this bit here. I haven't seen what happens here. I had to stop recording for a second. So Madueke gets it, plays it back into Olcan, into Chevalier. Plays it across goal into Ray. What a header that is from Ray at the far post. What a goal. And it's going to be 3-1 to Paris FC. The Brazilian finally gets himself a goal playing on the right-hand side. Nice. Watch this again. So he goes to Olcan into Chevalier. And then he plays he goes to play Madueke through. He doesn't quite do it. And then he goes himself. Swings in a beautiful cross to the far post. And then Ray with the header makes it 3-1. Highlight right before half time here. Monaco play it from the back to the right-hand side. Plays it to Porro. Porro has time and space. Plays backwards. And they're going to continue to build their attack. They go long. Conti gets to it. Plays into Pizzicelli. Into Ray. Ray goes through. He's got to score it. And he misses it. Okay, Dimitrovic throws it into Adele. Adele gives it away. Monaco are going to rebuild their attack. Vadishile wins it off him. Good. Cesar. He has options ahead of him. Plays in behind to Pistacelli. Goes through. He's got to score it surely. And he somehow misses it. And it stays 3-1. Late highlight here. Johansson goes up for the header. Chevalier gets to it. Plays back to Johansson. Plays it back into the back four. We stay with the patient build-up. Types an arrow here. Badiashile into Douay into Cesar. I mean, we're going to score from that. Oh, yeah. I'm not sure it's going to count. It is. Okay, it's going to count. Yeah, my only concern is the left-hand side. I don't feel like the left wing is really doing enough. And I don't think it's the player's fault. Like, Cesar's got 7.0 there now. I just feel like they're a little passive. They don't really do much. They're not really holding the width and dribbling at players. They're not really creating. Like, he just goes up for a header. So that's the only position right now in possession that I'm thinking, okay, what can we tweak? But I don't want to change it too much because the way that it's maneuvering right now is allowing everything else to flourish. The left back, the striker, and the right-hand side. Some of the other attacks that builds off of it, right? So there is that. We'll say well done to the lads. Like, I think Ray's lack of goals and assists is partly down to the fact that he doesn't play on the right-hand side, and that has been the goal-scoring side in different tactics that we've had. I feel like he would have scored similar amount to Bayer if he'd have played on Bayer's side. But as you saw there, he played one game on the right-hand side and scored immediately, so there you are. Right, that is going to conclude the episode. That is a much more positive outlook. I know we're out the cup, both cups, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned this, but we're at the French Cup, lost to Brest, lost to the Champions League out of that, but we've recovered it really, really well. I suspect from now to the end of the season, we're going to have a really strong end, and then we'll have to see what our budgets are like at the end of the season again. Probably not great, as they never are, but yeah, we've actually made like a lot of profits. I think like last season, or this season rather, every single player like Andrew, we signed him for 550 grand, sold him for 7.5 million. Quinton Merlin bought for 4.5, bought for 3.4, sold for 4.5. Osei Samuel, free transfer, 1.1 million. So, like, for example, Osei Samuel was a free, but it was 50% of the next sale. So it's not a complete 1.1 profit, but it was still a, sort of 550 grand profit. Huskovic, 12 million sold for, bought for 7.25. Ndai was a free transfer. Oh, no, so 1.7 million, 1.79. Who was the free transfer I was thinking of? That was it. Mataza. Mataza was a free transfer, sold for 500 grand. Evander was signed for 2.6, sold for 3. Vazquez was signed for 1.5 all up front, then 7.25 to Tigres. So we're starting to make slow progress and the turnaround in some player profits as well, which is always nice. And that's only going to continue, right? Because if I was to sell Pistacelli, I'm going to sell him for like, I don't know, 80 million, 90 million. If I was to sell Madueke, it doesn't even matter what I sell him for because he was signed on a free. If I was to sell a Dow, it's going to be like a 20 million odd transfer. Conti would be about 30. Dimitrovic would be about 70. So like we're making huge gains all of a sudden if we want to sell these players, but some of them don't know if we want to really, but it depends. It's the Moneyball stuff, right? If the valuation of the transfer outweighs their statistical output, then we sell them. That's the way the Moneyball system works for us. But everybody has a value. And once the market value goes above what our stats value is of the player, that's when they get moved on. But in terms of the episode, that is going to conclude everything. When we come back, we'll come back for probably if the top 4 is still in play going into the last game of the season, we'll come back for the last game. We'll come back last game anyway, but might come back for maybe the last couple, and we'll watch the top 4 race, as it were, and then we'll do the end of season review, do a stats review of the players, compare them again to the PSG players, something I really want to look at yet again 2 years in a row, and just see where again did they get even further from us this year than they did last year, and have a look at the players in depth and all that kind of stuff. But that's going to come next time. For now, thank you from me. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.